Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's edition of the Maconi Setup Shop A-Fix Tutorials. This week we are looking at one of the most fun racetracks that's left on iRacing, the Auto Club Speedway. This presents a very unique and fun challenge, so strap in and let's get to it. Luckily at Auto Club you're not going to have to worry about shifting at all. Once you're in fifth gear, you're going to leave it. Even on a long run, there's no sense in downshifting at all. You're just going to go really slow. So once you're in fifth gear, that's it. Uh, Now for the fun stuff. The way to get around this racetrack is to have a really big arc. That's the secret to run the bottom very successfully. You want to have a nice wide arc like you see here. Uh, as the car's coming down the hill is when you want to get back in the gas. So when you get off the throttle and you're turning down the hill, you don't want to touch the gas until the car is coming down the hill. Okay, because if you try to get into it too soon, whatever little progress you've made turning into the corner is quickly going to go away and you're going to get really tight. Okay, so going down into turn one again, you'll see a nice wide arc. We're off the gas. Now, again, this is solo car, so I'm not really using any brake because I don't have to because I have all the clean air in the world on the nose. When you're in traffic, you are going to need the brakes. Okay, but as we come down the hill, you see the car's pointing down towards the white line, and then we get back into the gas. Very important to know on restarts or when you pit and have fresh tires, but mainly on restarts and the start of the race, the tires don't have a whole lot of heat or grip. It's incredibly easy to self-spin off of turn two. Okay? Very easy to self-spin off of turn two. So be really careful on the gas. If you give up a little bit of time, making sure that the car is straight, so be it. It really beats the heck out of self-spinning and losing all your track position. Okay? Just something that you really want to make note of on restarts and stuff, especially the start of the race. You see it all the time. People are trying to, force it 2, 3, 4 wide off of turn two, and they get in the gas too hard with the wheel turn, and they get loose and spin out. Turn three, this corner is really unique. Again, this is another one where you really want to have that wide arc because you're going to carry a lot of corner speed. I've seen a lot of people try to shallow that entry, and they can get to the white line, but you're so slow and waiting on the gas for so long because the car's not really pointed to come off the corner. Okay, where you'll see here, and you can go back anytime during this because I haven't touched on turn three yet, but you can go back anytime and see what I'm talking about. Uh, Look at how long I take to get into the corner down here in turn three. Um, Almost like I'm following the safer barrier, but it takes a long time to turn into three. Want to get that car down to the white line and like look at the angle that the car is on coming off the corner, right? That's where you're going to continue to hold a lot of that center speed and build a nice run coming off the corner. Another interesting characteristic about this racetrack is you can run any lane that you want. Okay, there is grip all over this racetrack. It's going to depend on how well you take care of your tires. Okay, but you can run anywhere you want. Don't really recommend running the top early on because let's face it, you're going to go really fast, but you're going to burn up your tires. So by lap 20 of a run, you're going to be fading where everybody that's been saving, you know, is going to go by you still. The biggest tip that I have for a racetrack like this, and I've been so excited all season to talk about something like this, when you have a racetrack that presents multiple lanes that you can race on, be precise and have an idea as to what you want to do before you get into the corner. Okay, don't try to go to the bottom and then go, oh snap, I gotta change lanes. Okay, you're gonna lose all your momentum, and it's very easy to wreck the car when you're trying to change lanes on a corner. Just commit to a lane and go with it. Okay, this racetrack has a lot of speed all over the place, and it's a lot of fun to run. Okay, you don't necessarily have to be up by the wall. It is fun. I do find that even in the races that I've done, whether it's leagues or the races that I've done here in the past, about a lane off the wall usually has a little bit more grip than being right up against the wall. I've always found that I get more of a run in this lane right here, just that one lane down from the wall. I just have a little bit better run than I do running against the wall. And plus, if you're building a little tight, you want to have that cushion from the wall anyway. Okay, that way you don't get tight and tag the wall with the right rear or the right side for that matter on exit, because then you're just going to lose all of your momentum. Okay. Um, as I'm demonstrating here, there's speed in pretty much any lane that you want to run. It's all going to depend on how you take care of your tires. I just had a league race here not long ago, and I ran the bottom for about 15 laps. Okay, and I could run anywhere I wanted and felt like Superman. At one point, my tires were about 12 laps old, and I still ran the bottom, gave up a little bit of time, and the guys that were on fresh tires were running the top and coming through traffic. And by lap 30 of the run, I was still in the top five within, a few car lengths of the leader while they were still battling. So as long as you take care of your tires here, you can run anywhere on this racetrack and be successful. And that's what makes this one of the most fun racetracks on this sim right now. This and Homestead, in my opinion, are two of the best just because you have options. And, when you're racing, that's all you want, right? You just want options. Another tip is when you are running the top for so long, when you go to run the bottom the next time, it's very easy to overdrive the corner. Okay, so just back it up a little bit more than you think, because you can let off the gas sooner and then still turn in late. As long as you're not carrying that speed, you can still get down to the bottom. Okay, and if you are going to run the bottom, you do want to get to the white line. Okay, we're going to go back to lap 8 so that you guys can get some in-car references for running around here. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, and we'll go over some things too that you can see inside the car. Having practice laps really helps you. It's going to help you determine where you can and can't lift at, okay? If you're going to try to run the bottom and you drive it into the one sign, you're going to learn real quick you can't run the bottom if you drive it in this far. So for turn 1, I like the 2 marker. Turn 3, if I'm going to run the bottom, I try to lift where that 3 marker is, but again, like some other tracks we've talked about, you're trying to fall off the safer barrier there, okay? I run a really, really wide arc going into 3, and like I said, it's so that you can carry a lot of center speed, keep your momentum, and build a really big run down this straightaway, because momentum here is everything. And like I touched on again, for turn 1, if you get into the gas too soon when the car really isn't pointed down the hill, it's going to get really tight really fast, and then you're going to be out of the gas a lot longer than somebody else. It's going to kill your momentum going down the back straightaway. So again, any lane that you want to run here, you have to commit to it. Okay, this lap I'll mute up so you guys can have no sound. Okay, guys, one more thing that I want to touch on that's pretty important that I missed before I get to qualifying. This is a racetrack where you don't want to have a whole lot of wheel input, especially on exit. Okay, a really unique characteristic about this racetrack, in order to be fast, when you get to the center of the corner, as long as you didn't overdrive it, you should find yourself keeping your wheel relatively straight. Okay, and that's going to help you save your tires a lot, especially that right front. For qualifying, I still think the bottom is really fast, but depending on the grip levels of the session that you're in, the top in 1 and 2 and the bottom in 3 and 4 could be a really good way to get around here. Again, it's all going to depend on the grip level when you get into qualifying. My league race, I ran the bottom and won the pole. But I do think that the top in 1 and 2 is going to be very common. The bottom in 3 and 4 is where you want to be because you don't have enough time running the top to make up your run to get to the start finish line to finish your lap. So the bottom in 3 and 4, absolutely. I still like the bottom in 1 and 2 because of the shorter distance around the racetrack. But if you hit the top right 1 lane off the wall, you're going to carry a lot of momentum down this back straightaway, which could also help you turn a really good qualifying lap. Okay, guys, that'll do it for this week's video. If you guys find the video helpful, please consider leaving a like. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave a comment down below and we will get to them throughout the week and try to help you as much as we can. Last but not least, if you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can see these videos every Monday when they're posted to Maconi's YouTube channel. Okay, guys, best of luck this week, and we'll see you out on the track.